Everyone. My name is Ken Lewicki of channelinginc.com and welcome. And today's topic that I would like to share is how to adapt spirituality to any environment. So what I do is when I train my students, I want my students to learn how to adapt to any environment when they're channeling. So what I mean by this is oftentimes people like my students will come to me and be like, oh, there's a dog barking in the background, so that's why I couldn't channel so well. Or I have someone mowing the lawn or whatever, right? Like some sort of background noise, maybe um, motor vehicle noise or airplane or helicopter or something like that. And so they constantly make these excuses of, oh, why I can't channel because this environment, that environment. So I'll be at a Spirit Expo. I'll have a booth there and I'll be training people how to channel. And at these Spirit Expos, I'll get people who've never channeled before in their life. And they'll sign up and then they'll pay and then they'll come behind the booth and they'll sit there. I'll get them to close their eyes and have them actually channel their spirit guides. And while this is happening and I'm teaching them how to channel their spirit guides, there's all sorts of noises that are going on. Like there's people in the background that are making lots of noise. There's adults that are being like rude and obnoxious and really loud and boisterous and stuff like that. There might be overhead PA making announcements. There might be another booth, just a little bit a ways away where they're banging and making drum noises because they're trying to sell drums. There might be little kids running up and down screaming. And after the 20 minutes, I go to them, okay, so how was this for you? And they're like, well, it's pretty noisy and stuff like that, but I think overall I did pretty good. I'm like, yeah, you did amazing. Even though there was all this noise going on in the background, you were still able to channel. Like, how cool is that? And that's where I want to get all my students, where they can channel anywhere. Of course, obviously, it's nice to have a perfectly quiet background, but too many times they rely on this and they become dependent on this, that if I don't have this perfectly quiet background, then I can't channel. And no, you can. You can channel anywhere. So what I want to encourage you to do is, let's say you're at work and there's noise going on. Try to channel in that environment. Let's say you're at a grocery store and there's overhead PAs going on and music and people walking up and down the aisles. Try to channel. Try to channel in all the environments you can, because what I want you to be able to do in your channeling abilities is eventually become versatile and adaptable to any environment. So maybe it was quiet for a while, and then now all of a sudden there's this loud kind of music. Just ignore the music, acknowledge it or acknowledge that noise, but you can still continue channeling. And for example, sometimes when I'm teaching my in-person workshops, like everything's all perfectly quiet, and then all of a sudden, like you hear somebody with the chainsaw bzzz, at the facility next door making all this noise. Guess what? You just keep channeling. No big deal. And it doesn't bother you. Rather than trying to force the environment to be conducive to the way you want it to be, no, adapt to the environment and instead just figure out how to channel. Because where do I want to get all my students? I want to get them to a point where they can channel anywhere, anytime, on the spot, in the moment, any situation, any circumstance, and be live channeling. Fast, quick, without having to do any dependencies on anything else. They can just live channel. So my name is Ken Lewicki. Please visit my website, channelinginc.com. You'll see all my different workshops, all my different trainings that I have that are online. You can access those online trainings and workshops and learn how to channel at extremely high advanced levels. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Talk to you soon.